Creativity Podcast. I'm your host, Mari Reesberg. Over the past several years, I've combined my degrees in acting and somatic psychology to share my sustaining creativity techniques with performers. And now I've decided to share it with a bigger audience that includes you. I believe we are all creative, and this podcast is all about that. I'll be interviewing people from all backgrounds, ages, and creativity experiences to share just how creative we all are. Today, I'll be chatting with David Sauers, owner of Royal Restrooms. Please enjoy David Sauers. Welcome to the Sustaining Creativity Podcast. Today, I'm here with David Sauers, owner of Royal Restrooms. Welcome to the podcast.
Thank you so much. I'm excited to be here today.
I'm excited to chat with you more about what you do and how the world of creativity shows up in all of it. But before we get there, why don't you share a little bit for our listeners to get a better sense of who you are and what you do?
Like you said, my name is David Sauers. I'm out of Savannah, Georgia, and my business is Royal Restrooms. And we are across the country and putting an effort to making the, portable restroom experience much more enjoyable for everyone.
I love
We
that.
provide, we provide portable luxury restroom trailers at events, special events, and anything outdoors.
That's incredible. How did you get started in this? Is it a family business or is it something that you came up with?
Well, it's funny that you asked that. A lot of people, ask, how did you get into this? Because it is primarily a kind of passed down or generational business. It's not something that you wake up and you're like, oh, wow, you know what? I want to be in the portable bathroom industry, or I want to go, just be in the porta potty industry. It's not something that you think of, and it's not something that is super high on anybody's list of these are the jobs that I want to do. But Royal Restrooms and what we do, it's a lot of fun. It's there's nothing monotonous about it. It's we're part of people's memories and exciting days and events all over the country. But to answer your question more directly, no, I kind of haphazardly fell into this. My business started when I took my two daughters to a portable toilet at a Shakespeare in the Park festival. And we had just a traumatic experience. I mean, if you think about it, my daughter was potty training, and I go up to a porta john, and I've got CC on my in my arms, and Stella's down below, and it's like, wow, okay, first, how do I maneuver in this thing? And I turn around, and Stella's got her hands stuck on it, and she's looking in the toilet, and I'm just kind of freak out. Long story short, um, she ended up peeing on me because I was holding her above the toilet, and it just turned into like, why is this acceptable? Why is nobody doing anything about this? Why? I mean, we're in the 21st century. Why is it still okay to be going to the bathrooms like the Romans?
Mm-hmm.
And so you get back to creativity, and it's like, why? Why is this the standard norm?
Mm-hmm.
And all we did was put a real functioning restroom on a trailer and made it affordable and spacious enough that you can take your family to. And the nice thing about what we did is you can sit down on this.
Nice. Yeah. Oh my gosh, that is quite the traumatic Shakespeare in the Park bathroom story. But it sounds like taking this very challenging moment and turning it into something functional and useful. And I can only imagine how many other people were so grateful and thankful that someone decided this needed to change. My goodness. Well,
Yeah.
when you think about creativity, what does it mean to you to be creative?
Well, being in the bathroom industry, being in the portable sanitation side of it, we took our business from, you know what, we're going to separate ourselves and we want to be more in the, the event or professional services side. So we decided to look at marketing from that perspective, not so much, hey, we're doing the toilet thing. We went to event planners and we made a name for ourselves by being reliable and showing having professional service.
Mhm.
But also kind of, you know, hey, it's okay to be a little humorous and professional at the same time. It's and nowadays, I mean, from a marketing perspective, you have to stand out. You have
Mhm.
to kind of put yourself out there and to be remembered, not only for the quality of service, but for your brand.
Absolutely. So when you were coming up with the name and the I see behind you, my listeners won't see this, but you have quite the throne behind you. How did all of that kind of come to fruition? Was there a lot of brainstorming, or did you have this vision for what you wanted this to be?
Uh, at first, no, it was kind of a side hustle. We just wanted to make a change locally.
Hmm.
We just wanted to have an impact, but we wanted to have fun. I mean, we tossed around princess potties and all of these different things to try to create that ambience that we were selling. Like, hey,
Hmm.
these are nice. And my business partner Robert Glisson, we tossed around a lot of things back and forth, and we had settled on Regal restrooms, but then we thought that we were too close to the movie theater. The Regal
Yeah,
movie.
cinema. Yeah.
And so we were just like, all right, you know what? Also, you know, Regal restroom. I don't know. What about Royal? At least more people know Royal, and they think Royal, they think nice, they think luxury. And hopefully we were trying to pass off as, we're a step above. And so we sat on Royal Restrooms, and we we had the domain. Of course, we were kind of first to market. So
Mhm.
nowadays, you have to. It's almost like you have to go search your domain to before you even create a business to make sure
Yeah,
it's there. And so yeah,
absolutely. I love it. I think like so much creativity going into just starting a business, but then starting a business in this arena is, people don't want to talk about bathrooms despite everyone needing them at
right.
events or and luxury events as well. So I can only imagine some of the challenges that you have faced over the years. When when you do come up against challenges, what are some of those that you've had to navigate, and then how do you successfully navigate these challenges?
Well, at the beginning, I think everybody thought that we were crazy to try to start a restroom company, and one that was so outside of the norm, which, in hindsight, it's like, why is this so far fetched? Why is this so, like, most of the people, after they use our bathroom for the first time, it's like, wow, why didn't I come up with this? This is so simple. Um, and it really is. But our biggest challenge at the beginning was cost.
Mm.
People did not want to pay for something when when the alternative was something very cheap. But at the same time, it's like, why would you not want something to, just continue that whole ambience of your event and bring it full circle? I mean, why would you want to have put all this effort into getting people to come to your event and showcase everything, from ice sculptures to, the food that you're serving, the shrimp cocktail or what. Not everybody's going to look at that and just be wowed by the lights, but everybody is going to have to go to the bathroom. Um, and that is something that everybody is going to say, where are the bathrooms? What are they, how are they? Is it going to be a dreadful experience? Is it going to be, or is it going to be nice? And by providing nice facilities like what we did, it was a huge impact that really took
Mm.
off very quickly. I mean, people realized the importance of it fast. And in Savannah, our business escalated very quickly because it was like, okay, now this event just completely transformed the the whole, you the thought process of
Mm.
what people expected in an event. And it was kind of like keeping up with the Joneses. This event had to have it, this event had to have it, this person had to have it.
Hmm.
Um, so, and it was it was exciting to be on the, the receiving end of that, and watching the explosion, I guess.
Yeah, I know. I took a quick tour of the website, and y'all are you're across the country in so many states doing so many different events and things. I mean, how did you navigate that growth? I can imagine it may not have happened overnight, but still, that is a large company to navigate.
Well, we franchised it back in
Mhm.
2006,
Okay.
and our growth happened relatively quickly. I mean, it
Yeah.
was a pretty big statement. I mean, people wanted to use a nice bathroom, you
Hmm.
know. And we're fortunate. We're 20 years old now,
Wow.
and we've had tremendous, I would say, tremendous growth, but it's all been organic. We've never really
Hmm.
pushed to be in all of those places. We've never had a huge sales team
Hmm.
or marketing firm going after that. All of our operators are have used our product,
Hmm.
and I mean, you know, they used it. They're like, wow, my county, my community, my city can use this, and
Hmm.
I think that it's an important thing. Um, so yeah, it's been a fun ride.
It sounds like it. Well, I want to take a little turn. I'm curious about your own personal relationship with creativity and what your earliest memory of being creative yourself is.
Uh, well, I guess I've kind of always had that little itch, or that how to how to how to build upon something a little bit better.
Mm.
I'm always looking at things and like, how can this be a better experience? How can this catch
Mhm.
your eye? Um, from a young age, I've always done that. Growing up in Savannah, Georgia, um, where Savannah is kind of the hospitality
Mhm.
industry. We've got one of the largest historic districts. And one of the things at an early age, I saw, we have a lot of tourists. So it was like people liked, kind of unique things, and they liked a unique experience. And it's like, okay, you know what? We'll have a fresh lemonade kind of brought out to people on the street. And
Mhm.
just being, I guess it's not even necessarily that creative. It's just being imaginative at how can you provide a better experience, and directly to them without them going to it. You're bringing it to them.
Mhm.
And with Royal Restrooms, it's always been kind of stepping out of your comfort zone, being a
Mhm.
little flashy or doing things a little differently. One of the things that we did recently was we have Royal toilet paper. It's a purple toilet paper, and we've got our little gold seal, and we mailed them out across the country to like some news stations and
Mhm.
people, just as kind of a hey, check us out, something a little bit different. It's one of those things, you see purple toilet paper and you're like, wow, okay, that is definitely different. That is something unique, but it grabs a lot of people's attention. And we're always trying to to make that exposure to be on someone's mind without so much saying, hey, we're here because we're a necessity. No, we're
Mm.
here because we want to up your game. We want to be there because we enjoy what we do.
Yeah. Well, for people who are maybe just starting out or thinking about taking some concept and putting it into the world, what would be like, what were some of the tips that you wish you had known at the beginning that you could share with them, people who are just starting out?
Well, I think the biggest tip is to be yourself and be genuine,
Mm.
but to stand back and look at the picture from someone else's perspective, like not so much what you're pushing
Hmm.
or how you feel about what it is that you're pushing, but what is the client seeing? What is the,
Mm.
you know, look at it from their perspective as a buyer instead of a seller. What would you want? What would you like to see? Or how would you like it to be presented to you? I think that a lot of times we get so wrapped up in the selling side of things that we lose, we lose that basic concept of, hey, how would we want this? We're so vested in it, we get tunnel vision sometimes.
Hmm.
And I think that, you should seek the advice from your peers and,
Mm.
accept, what they say and look at it and, you know, branch out and follow what they say to fine tune it. Because every time you stop and look at something and give it a little bit of time, a new direction, a new, idea forms, and
Hmm.
you see it from a different perspective and light. And by just that small reflection, you can create something truly unique and dynamic.
Mm. Absolutely. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much for those tips. That's fantastic. Now, you strike me as someone who gets inspiration in seemingly unconventional spaces. But in your life today, who or what is inspiring you?
Right now, it probably has to be my wife.
Mm.
Um, she is one of those people who has just incredible gratitude
Mm.
that, no matter what it is, she always seems to find like the silver lining, I guess, or whatever. It's kind of like, oh, I got a speeding ticket today. Oh, well, you know what? You got a speeding ticket today, but at least you didn't hurt somebody while you were speeding or something.
Mm.
She always finds that
Hmm.
that it is just, I don't know how she is so grateful all the time, because it is difficult in today's world to
Yeah.
continue to be grateful when so many things beat you down.
Hmm.
So, I have a lot of admiration
Mm.
for my wife Christy, because it's I don't know how she sustains that. I try to, I really try to. So right now she's who I've been kind of leaning on a lot,
Mm.
and trying to be a better person.
Hmm. Beautiful. Nice. Well, this has been such a treat to chat with you. I have one last question. What does it feel like in your body to be creative?
Mm. That it never ends.
Mm.
It's hard to turn things off, because you're never quite satisfied with the end result.
Mm.
You always continue to want to make it just a little bit better, or even when it is perfect, you still want to make it more perfect. And I continue to try to to change things even when they're good. Sometimes that turns out for the worst, but for the most part, I just never stop.
Yeah. Well, wonderful. I'm so glad that you are able to see these pieces and put them out there in the world and share the joy that you have for what you do. And if people want to learn more about Royal Restrooms and where they are in the world and where they are on the internet, how could they go about doing that?
Sure. You can always find us at royalrestrooms.com and all of our, your social media from Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. I'm on LinkedIn under David Sauers, but you can find any of our office locations across 18 states through Royal Restrooms. And please give us a shot. We'd love to serve you.
Nice. Well, I'll put links in show notes so people have easy access. And thank you so much, David, for taking the time to chat with me. I have thoroughly enjoyed our conversation.
I really appreciate it. Thank you again for having me.
Thanks for listening to the Sustaining Creativity Podcast. We'd love to keep in touch, so follow us on Facebook and Instagram. We are at Sustaining Creativity. Make sure to subscribe to the podcast wherever you listen to podcasts. Tag your friends and family so they can listen too. We love to hear from you, so leave your reviews, comments, and questions. Check out our website, sustainingcreativity.com, for upcoming offerings and creativity coaching. Tune in Tuesdays for our next episode. And remember, with creativity, anything's possible.